cooperate in any evil doing, and also to avoid being wherever you see any evil. If every Ahmadi avoids cooperation in evil deeds and stands on the front line of cooperation in dispensing goodness, then the societal peace will be recognized by your name. What is goodness? A good deed or a virtuous deed? It is any action and deed that Allah the Almighty likes. Allah the Almighty loves His servants, and He does not like His servants to be hurt. Allah the Almighty says that when you talk to others, you should talk to them displaying good manners and courtesy. He says, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Talk to people softly. Not only that you should talk to your relations lovingly, or that a Muslim should talk to other Muslims lovingly, but Allah the Almighty says that you should talk to people lovingly. Therefore, when Allah the Almighty has so widened the circle of love of a believer, your relationship with each other should be all the more strongly based. We say that by joining the Jamaat of the Promised Messiah alayhi salam, we have tried to bring about that change in ourselves, or we want to bring about the same change in ourselves that was manifest in the companions of the Promised Messiah, of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What change had the companions brought about in themselves? They had raised their moral standard and their standard of sacrifice for their brethren so much that they cared more about their brothers than about themselves. Allah the Almighty has mentioned this in the verse, وَيُسِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ, meaning that they prefer the others to themselves, even though poverty be their own lot. Now, this is the highest standard of goodness. They did not have enough for themselves, yet their standard of sacrifice was so high that they would share their food with their brothers. When you set up these standards, virtuous deeds spread and personal desires disappear. In fact, personal desires become national interests, and then only the national and Jamaat interests acquire priority. When a faithful believer works hard, he does not work only for personal gain, but also to bring credit to his Jamaat and to bring renown to his country. If he helps his brother, it is with the intention that his brother becomes as prosperous as he is himself, and he may also get opportunities for advancement. If instead of helping, you try to sabotage others, then you will hurt your own morality, and you will also harm the Jamaat and the country. Therefore, Allah the Almighty has enjoined us to cooperate in virtuous deeds and righteousness, so that an environment of love and affection is created in the society that will, as a result, become the cause of national progress. Therefore, every Ahmadi should strive for this. One thing I would like to say to the young Khudamul Ahmadiyya and to young the Lajna Ma'illah, in this day and age when there are many new inventions that instead of taking you nearer to God, take you away from Him, an Ahmadi must tread very carefully as long he claims that he is an Ahmadi. Allah the Almighty says about the believers, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ اللَّغْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ. Believers are those who avoid vain things. In this present age, so many futile practices have become a part of everyday life, and one of them is the internet that some young people use for wrong purposes instead of gainful objectives. It is commonly used to cheat others and develop friendship with boys and girls. Sometimes immoral or pornographic films appear on the internet which are not suitable for decent-minded persons. Such filthy and immoral films affect the morals of young boys and girls, and many of them ruin their lives because of this. Some parents also worry about their children, especially about young girls. Ahmadis must abstain from this. We must make positive use of the inventions that Allah has provided us with in this day and age. Use it for preaching. Countless objections are being raised against Islam. If Ahmadis from every country start giving replies to these objections, then opponents will have no recourse but to become silent. I have said this many a time that Ahmadis, boys and girls, should be extremely careful about the use of internet. Always remember that modesty and chastity are a part of faith, and every Ahmadi boy and girl should have a high standard of modesty and decency. Only then will he or she be able to progress in virtue and righteousness, and only then will he or she be able to avoid transgression and excess. Therefore, every Ahmadi, man or woman, young or old, should always remember that if they have accepted Ahmadiyyat, then they will have to bring about a radical change. Otherwise, what is the use of belonging to the Jamaat of the promised Messiah al-Islam, the sole purpose of whose advent was to remove the chasm that had grown between man and his Creator, and to fill it with righteous teachings. Always remember that we have to make sacrifices for a grand purpose. And what is that sacrifice? That sacrifice is of ourself and of our vain desires. These sacrifices will make us an active and gainful part of our Jamaat, and we will become the best citizen of our country.